They might do, I don't know, but they work differently to other shelters as they focus on, basically, I suppose, kind of different dogs, you could say. But I'm going to let the individual themselves explain exactly what
it's all about rising that doggy confidence, that canine sense of confidence and security.
Absolutely. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, it's our absolute privilege, our pleasure to be joined by one of the dogs to rescue, Frankie Howard. There he is. Happy Christmas.
Not the Frankie Howard.
How are you? Happy Christmas.
Not the Frankie Howard. No, pleasure to be on, guys. Thank you for having me.
It's all right. That's all good stuff.
I mean, Christmas Day must be like any other day for you. The dogs need feeding, walking, the nappy's changed. So tell us, how has Christmas Day started with you and your canine friends?
So pretty normal day for us. Like I'm from Ireland myself, so I'm happy enough to work Christmas because most of my family are back home. I've got Ivy and Willow here with me to keep me company. So just up getting the dogs fed for the morning, have a chat with yourselves, and then with a few more staff coming in to kind of get the feeds, the medication, and the daily enrichment and things like that done for the dogs. Because as you say, it's a 365-day-a-year job. Unfortunately, there's not too many breaks, but I'm very grateful for what I get to do. It's an amazing job.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk to us about some of the dogs that you've got then, because some of them are a little bit different, aren't they?
Yeah, so something that happens in the UK is a lot of the time rescues and owners in general kind of discriminate against disabled dogs. A lot of rescues, if a dog comes in and it's missing a leg or needs to have an amputation, they unfortunately get put to sleep. And we like to do things a little bit differently. Just if a person had a disability, it doesn't mean they can't have a quality of life. So we have a couple of different dogs like Sherry and Lollipop, and they don't have access to their back legs, so they run around on wheels. They still go out for walks. One of our dogs, Sherry, recently did a marathon to help raise money for us as well. Still happy as anything. They sing their heads off when you come in the morning. They get excited for their food, just like any other dog. And we also deal with a lot of rescues from abroad. So obviously the UK has a bit more of a rescue culture than other countries in Europe does. So a lot of the dogs that end up in the street and things like that often won't get a chance to get a good home. So we would get dogs from Bulgaria, from Spain, bring them into our pack rehabilitation, and once they kind of build their confidence and learn how to be a pet dog, then they integrate really easily into family homes in the UK. And it's just about trying to get as many of these dogs into homes as possible, because unfortunately there's 130,000 dogs that enter UK shelters every year, and about 17% of those dogs get put to sleep. And it's because there's so many dogs in the UK, but there's not that many homes in the UK. And that's why we want to push, like you said yourself, Patrick, that we want to encourage people to rescue. Because in the UK, out of the 9 million pet dogs that there are, only 17% of those come from rescues. Like, both of these guys are rescues and, perfectly behaved. They don't come with any huge issues. And you can get pedigree, you can get puppy, anything that you would get from a breeder.
Make sure, so can you tell us what they're called, those ones behind you there? Yeah,
so this is Willow. Willow's a German Shepherd Collie cross. She's got her Christmas bandana on, ready to celebrate. And this is Ivy. Ivy's a German Shepherd puppy. She's about 6 months old.
What sort of level of care does it take? Because, I mean, like you said, it's tragic, isn't it? The dogs were just such sort of sentient
they get
beings,
put down,
intelligent, lovely beings, and then they might have a limb loss. They shouldn't be put down like that. But what sort of level of care does it take? I mean, how burdensome is it to look after a disabled dog?
So it varies from dog to dog, and same with disabled dogs, non-disabled dogs. But that's the benefit of coming to a rescue. Whenever you come up, we're going to look for a dog that suits your needs. Like, if you work 8 hours a day, maybe a collie or a German Shepherd isn't the ideal dog. If it's your first dog, maybe one that has extensive medical issues isn't the kind of dog that you would want to go for. But when you come to a sanctuary like ourselves or any of the others around the UK, because it's about the dog and not about a profit, we're going to make sure that we tie you up with a dog that suits yourself. And there's dogs in here that, sometimes would need their Brothers Express every morning. There's others that, just kind of want to sit on your lap and sleep all day, and they're just looking for a retirement couch. And really, it just depends on the kind of dog that you go for. But I'm a big believer that there's a dog for every home in the UK. It's just about trying to find the right dog for the right person.
Absolutely. Now, you are very much a Christmas hero. Look at you. You're up at the crack of dawn. You're talking to me, which is a chore in itself, Frankie. So, most people, I can't Normally I have to pay people to do that, but there we go.
You get paid to do it.
But,
It's kind of the opposite.
but if people want to donate now to your society, I suppose, how can they do it? How can they do it? Let's do a plug. Let's get some donations coming in. I will pledge live on air right now. I'll give you 50 quid.
Amazing, thank you, Patrick. So if everyone checks out www.dogs4rescue.co.uk, that's the number /donate. And if you also check out our social pages at Facebook, it's at www.dogsforrescue.co.uk, and on Instagram, it's at dogsforrescue. And anyone that's not able to make a financial contribution, liking and sharing pages, supporting us that way is just as helpful, because it's all about getting these dogs in the public eye to try and get them homes, especially around Christmas time. Come January, we're going to be inundated, as all the other rescues are, with presents that haven't exactly worked out.
Good stuff. All right, well, I come off air at 9, so hopefully by about 10 past, there'll be 50 quid in your bank account, or the charity
Yeah,
bank account.
let's all support Frankie Howard from the dogs.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you, guys.
You're doing great work, mate. Keep going. Fantastic stuff. Absolutely. Good stuff. Well done. A Christmas hero, everybody.
Christmas hero.
There we go. Right, okay. Everyone in the outside room's clapping as well, which is
I know, clapping through my brain.
Absolutely.